Hello guys, welcome down to Motor Midfield. We are here for the Rough Riders against the Red Bulls. We can see the two teams right there getting ready to do their walkout. I'm here today with Shaq Malechi. As these teams walk out, Shaq, it's so great to have you here. What sort of game are you expect today from these two teams?
Josh, first and foremost, my pleasure, always being alongside you, co-commentating these games. Looking for, fabulous soccer today. I think we have two talented teams up against us. Rough Riders coming into the game. You have Red Bulls U23. Based on my research, they're stacked with a lot of, top-profile college players. So looking forward for a really beautiful game today.
All right, guys. Well, let's have a quick look at our Long Island Rough Riders starting lineup. We have in goal, number 1, Josh Levine. At centre-back, we've got the German, Aaron Den Garcia. Alongside him, we have Hermanas Akam. And remember, this defence has only conceded 1 goal in 5 games, not a single goal from open play. We have the skipper, Long Island Rough Riders legend, Matthew Sloan. We have at left-back, Gayden Flynn. The defensive midfielder, Tommy has been doing an absolute rock in that defensive midfield position. We have number 7, Joseph Sanchez, the playmaker, and alongside him, the very talented Albert Kang, who's just completed his freshman year. We have number 8 on the right wing, Nicholas Rosler. Number 11, Eduardo Capote. And the talisman up front, Brian Saramago, who got 2 goals last week. And there is our starting 11. And let's now have a look at back on the field. All right, and that's our teams.
So just as we predicted, New York Red Bull came out in the 4-4-2 formation.
It's been a while since I've seen one of those. When's it?
Yeah. It's interesting, the 4 in the middle play kind of diamond shape.
Garcia sends it up long towards Rosler. Sent back in by Sloan. That's cleared out by Daly, the right back. And there was some threat of thunderstorms today. Seems like the weather is holding for now, and hopefully it stays that way. And it's sent up long, and it's going to be an early test here. And Haverkamp's going to stay leg. That's Haverkamp even. And Garcia was in an awkward spot for a second. And Josh Levine, last time I saw him put in some terrific saves. And the referee's getting a little bit early boost than the fellows are handing the back there, the Rough Riders. Sanchez, going out to Rosler, who's moved into that right wing position since Albert Kang, playmaker, has come in. He's had some good success out there. And Levine sending it long. Cleared out by LaBelle. Rosler giving it back to Sloan. Sloan looking over the top for Saramago. And Jalou just put his foot through that one. And Borg looking to come down that right side. Capote came back, and Gayden Flynn just shepherds it out. And Shaq, Gayden Flynn, just a left back. Just finished his freshman year, I believe, and he's a left back. He's already had a goal and assist in 5 games.
In the freshman year.
In his freshman year.
Just finished.
At Fordham. And he's played every game. The defence has changed a lot for the Rough Riders this season. not because of issues. They've only conceded one, and not from open play in the 5 games, but more Coach Tom Bowen said from just a headache of how many good options he has. But Galen Flynn has been one who's kept that left back position consistently, as Sanchez got a little clip on his back. And Garcia giving it into Kang. Kang just got a little clip and he's going to go out for a throw-in. They're looking early. Coming back to Flynn. They push forwards again. It's given into Felipe. Felipe's got a little bit of space to drive forwards, taking off that right foot, and that is tricky. He's giving it to Taylor. Back to goal. And Capote, the left winger, who's made 2 good defensive interventions already, coming to the rescue there. And then he gives that out to Sloan. Batalina, and there's send along. It's a big head there. Out for a Rough Riders throw. Saramago. Got tackled well there by Sanchi. Came in a little bit late there on Sloan. And Sloan looking for that switch out to Flynn. Intercepted, and here comes Stroud coming down that right side. Capote once again doing some good defensive work for the Rough Riders, but he does prefer to be attacking. But that's going out to Albert Kang, and he gives out to Capote, and Capote now is going to have a little chance. Just lost his footing, back to Kang. And Kang just got nicked on his back of his heel. There'll be a Rough Riders free kick. And Capote giving it into Kang. Once again, back with Kang, and good touch. Back to Diaz, and Diaz looking up for Capote. And Capote, it's a clever little flick, and very nearly got past LaBelle there. And the Rough Riders are going to have a thrown deep inside. The Red Bull half, and Matthew Sloan, who certainly can throw them, will launch this one in. Cleared out comfortably by LaBelle. And Sanchez did really well there just to turn that away and prevent the counter-attack. We just have Brian Saramago down. That's a little concerning for the Rough Riders. He got top scorer for them this season. Got 2 goals for them in the last game. And back on his feet, and hopefully nothing more than an impact injury. And Garcia gives it to Cam. Sloan looking over the top. Saramago moving freely again now. Couldn't bring that one down. Cleared out by Jalou. And Dane Garcia just got a little bit too much of a handful there of Borg, and it's going to be a free kick for Red Bulls, about 40 yards out. Got some decent height. They're going to launch this one in. And it's sent in towards that back post, and Williams was lucking, but just misjudged it slightly. And Levine gets his foot under that one again. Big man Diaz flicks it onto Roslo. He's looking out for Capote. Just a little bit too close to Joseph in goal. It's a good switch out to Daly. Capote won the Rough Riders a throw in there. That's tossed down the line, looking for Saramago, but Jalou had his hands around him a little bit, but not enough for the referee. Daly will toss that one in. And Capote wiped out the legs. And another Red Bull free kick. Been a bit of a cagey start for both teams, Shaq.
Yeah, not one that we expected, and not one from Rough Riders' track record. But it's still, it's still early in the game. Only 10 minutes gone so far.
That was won by Flynn. And Capote just got his foot on that one first. Kept in. And Borg looks to come down that right side. Could be another throw for the Rough Riders. And the Red Bulls coming into this game are 1 and 2, but Coach Bone told me before the match, Red Bulls, he felt like had a very tough schedule, including the Manhattan Soccer Club, who are probably the toughest team in the division, whereas Rough Riders have had competition, but perhaps not the stiffest yet. And the next 5 games, starting this one, really going to be where the Rough Riders have to prove their mettle in the season. Flynn, giving it back to Dent Garcia. Levine get out, but it's intercepted by Niang. And Niang's looking to cut that back inside to Philippe, but we'll find him. And there's a big coming together there, but the referee's waving play on, and Philippe's giving to Taylor, out to Borg. Played across by Shuchi, he's looking out for Williams. Williams looking to feed that back across, and as far as escaping that time. It's a good time, and there's a big gap that's opened up in that Rough Riders defence. Philippe just got a little nick, and he's looked very technical so far, Philippe, on the ball. Expecting to cause some problems in the rest of this game. That was not a good ball out though to Daly. Nice little twist away there by Garcia. And the German centre-back played 9 games in his spring college season. Here comes Taylor looking to get away. That was his partner there, Hadkamp, who dealt with it. Garcia just finished playing at West Virginia University, keeping 5 clean sheets in 9 games as centre-back. So very formidable, and he's continued that record with the Rough Riders. As here comes Capote, bring off that right foot, and he has a long-range shot, and it's just flashed past the post. About 35 yards out, 30 yards perhaps. Certainly had the keeper scrambling. And that's the first real shot on goal either team's had. It's taken 15 minutes, but hopefully can liven the game up a little bit. Played into Borg. Borg out to Daly. And Garcia gets caught in it by Taylor. Taylor just couldn't keep it in. Flynn sending that one down the line. Just looking for Saramago. Yeah, he's giving it back to Flynn. Flynn switched it to Sloan. And Rosler's got a little pocket of space here. Trying to get under his spell. Back by LaBelle. And Akan with an excellent turn there, away from Taylor, was pressuring him. Switched out to Capote. And Flynn skipped around 2, couldn't get past the 3rd. Positive little burst there. Sanchez winning the back, and Sanchez had such a good season for the Rough Riders so far. Brings so much to the attack with the creative flair and vision, and that work rate as well on the defensive side. That's a huge amount. Diaz with a nice turn, and he's giving out to Flynn, and it's Saramago, and Kang is still moving in there. Saramago flashing across the box, and it's fallen back to Rosler. He just couldn't pull the trigger. Sloan with it, 30 yards out. He's going to dink it in towards Capote. Capote with the heads. Right at Joseph. Just starting to liven up a little bit, the Rough Riders. And the ball just would not fall for Rosler there. If it had have come down, sat nicely for him, the goal was gaping for a second. Then Garcia, back to Levine. Capote's going to look to drive this one down the left, and he's got around 2 brilliantly. he's giving it into Kang. Kang's first touch, just let him go, and that's going to fall back for Joseph. Excellent play there by Capote on the left wing. Williams is loose, giving it back to Finn, and it's, well, that was a loose as well by Finn. I was going to say, having a little bit more of the ball right now, the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders struggling, the Red Bulls struggling to get it out. And there was more than a little pushing off the ball there, but the play being waved on. And there's hopeful ball up looking for Saramago. LaBelle won it and got a push after by Saramago. It's going to be a free kick.
I must say, Josh, Rough Riders are really getting into their stride now and having the Red Bulls team on their back foot. Good build-up play to the Rough Riders. For the first 5 minutes, they was playing direct, and now they're starting to play really good soccer.
And does it add an extra challenge? Obviously, you know, when you're 4-4-2, to have that 3 against your 4 defenders. Oh, sorry, let's have a look right now. And so here comes Borg coming down that right side. But how does it kind of match up for a 4 at the back dealing with those 3 strikers?
Dealing with those.
And Levine will take this goal kick. So we hit the 20-minute mark in this first half. With the score all level, the Rough Riders having 2 half chances so far. And Sloan forced it out. Philippe. And Matt Sloan, the skipper of Long Island Rough Riders, player who's come through the ranks, the youth ranks of Rough Riders, been with the club for a long time, just finished a very successful season with Forden voted MVP for the East Conference. And the big number 2 is going to have a chance to show us his long throw-in. Not too much height for the Rough Riders in that midfield attack, with the exception of Alberto Diaz. And it's him who he's going to try and hit. And Diaz does get a flick on it. He's going to fall back to Sanchez and give it to Diaz. And Diaz keeping a hold of it. And it's still in. And there's going to be another throw-in for the Rough Riders. Diaz doing well there to keep it under their 2-player pressure. Sending long end. Diaz again looking for that pick up, and it's bouncing around in there, and it's a low shot. That was Ackerkamp. Ackerkamp who had that shot there. And he had to snap at it.
Fantastic save by the goalie.
So then he's got another punch there, the goalie. And Borg's been caught late there by Capote. And that's Borg who's down right now. And a bit of a concern for the Red Bulls as well, 'cause he's another very lively attacking player for them.
Should be a major concern. One of the best players on the pitch right now for New York Red Bulls.
Looked like it's probably an impact injury from that tackle with Capote. Hopefully nothing more serious than that. And guys, while we do have this brief pause, I feel it my duty to tell you that we have, at half-time, the winner of the May Goal of the Month being announced live on air. And we had some 6 amazing goals. So stay tuned at half-time for that one. It's both teams just taking this opportunity to grab themselves a water break. And Shaq, I guess whilst we have this break, I have to ask you, it wasn't so long ago that the team you coach was facing a Red Bulls team. Can you tell us a little bit about that game? I think there's a lot to tell.
Yeah, we faced the Red Bulls Pre-Academy U2010s, U11 last Sunday, and it was a fantastic showdown. At the end, the game was tied 6-6, but it was beautiful soccer. I mean, Red Bulls had us 6-4 at one point, and the boys fought all the way back to come back 6-6. And that's the first time the boys had tied with New York Red Bulls.
Wow.
And we're looking at Park Slope United versus New York Red Bulls.
Wow.
U11. So it was a very, very interesting game.
It's a big step up.
It's a big step up from them. The first time we played them, I think 2 years ago, the score was, I think, 5-0, 5-1, something like that 2 years ago. Same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And that one sent up long towards Taylor. Big header there by Dane Garcia. And it looks, unfortunately, as if Borg has had to step off. And looking long for Saramago. Saramago looking to test Williams there. Nice little dummy back to Capote, who's twisting and turning wonderfully again. And excellent play out there to Sloan. Sloan looking for the 1-2, and that surely has got to be a free kick. And the referee just stood and watched. And it is Duranillo who's come on for Borg. The Red Bull's going to have a free kick in a very appetising position for a cross. Rough Riders with everyone back around that penalty area, except for Capote. And that one sent in, it's just flashed past the post. And it just needed a touch there as it flashed across the face of the goal. But no one could apply it. And it looks like the newcomer, Geranjo, has moved up alongside Taylor in that centre forward position, and Philippe has moved into the centre midfield. Sanchez, oh, did even got out on that, but here comes. We'll try Niang, and Niang does well there to work down to his right foot. The cross isn't so good though. Capote will look to break, and he's got great speed, Capote. He's trying to test Daly there with that, and he's running past one tackle, and he's flicking on, looking for Saramago. LaBelle covering it, but Capote was fouled, and it's a yellow card given to Williams for that one. It's going to be Joseph Sanchez to deliver this one in. The referee just making sure it's all the way back where I was. Sanchez sent that one in. And Camp was looking to get the flick on. And they're going to look for a break here, Red Bulls, giving up to Taylor. More good defensive work by Capote. Lovely 1-2 between him and Sanchez. And Capote just got clipped again. Ken gives out to Flynn, who left back certainly loves to push forward. Hasn't had too much opportunity yet. And well worked there by Taylor. But the Rough Riders just getting too many white bodies around that ball. Winning back again. And it's so compressed on that touchline. And in the end, the Red Bulls come out with the throw-in. Saramago, and there's more off the ball, and it's becoming a little bit physical with this game. Saramago got Sloan overlapping on his right, gives it into Rosler. Sanchez back to Rosler. And lovely little reverse ball by Sanchez into Rosler. Gives it to Diaz. And Capote has plenty of space on this left side, and he's found. He's going to whip down with his right foot. Williams deals with that deflected cross. And here they come, trying to break through that middle. Philippe, and he's been brought down by Dan Garcia, who's going to get the second yellow card in this game. And it's Stroud standing over the ball. And he hits over, and not a bad strike at all. Fortunately for Levine, directly at him. Oh, sorry, that was Philippe even who struck that one. So full back to Capote. He switches out to Matt Sloan. Sloan looking for the cross back in, but didn't get the height he wanted on it. And Durango. Calmly giving back to LaBelle. We've passed this half-hour mark. With the score still level. Shaq, who would your money be on to get the scoring underway?
My money would be in the Long Island Rough Riders. Yeah, for sure. When you have someone like Capote on your team, you have to bet all your money on that team.
He's looked very dangerous so far.
Very dangerous.
Of course, that midfield three as well of Diaz and Sanchez, Kang, all of them so good with it at their feet. And they've really helped build the foundation of the Rough Riders keeping possession on most of that ball in this first half. And Ackerkamp. So that's a Flynn. Looking long, and Saramago couldn't even jump for that. Williams kind of got up on his back. Philippe is pushing forwards again, and he's looked very dangerous for the Red Bulls so far. Goes into Durango, and it's fed back in. Sloan putting his foot through that one. And he managed to squeeze between the defenders and went down very dramatically, Taylor. He's going to get a corner though. Ball sent in towards the back post. Williams brings it down nicely, but Ackerkamp was on hand to shepherd it out. Garcia again, a big head on it, and Sanchez trying to help out for Capote. Daly getting the first one on it though. And yeah, just got brought down. Well, cleared out by the skipper, Sloan. Try gives that to Philippe. But out to Williams. And he's giving it in to Durango, and he's looked lively since coming on Durango. That wasn't the pass that was needed though, and looking to set away Saramago. There's Capote. just overran it a little bit. And the Red Bulls have got a couple of numbers, but Flynn got the initial tackle on it, but they're coming forward again, and Dent Garcia stuck a foot in. And I think quite fortunately didn't make contact with the defender there, because it was around the box. And he's already on a yellow. The Rough Riders escape with a goal kick. About 5 minutes left in this first half. And again, that probably could use a goal at this point. About looking for Taylor, and Taylor trying to flick on to Niang, who would have been clear if he had got a hold of it. Red Bulls just having a little bit more of the ball now. The referee is just content to let the Red Bulls have it back there. And, Joseph will go along with that one towards Duranjo. Garcia doing very well there. Take the first ball, Sanchez back to Levine. And lovely work there by Philippe up until the pass, and Rose's going to have a little bit of space to drive into. He's got Saramago ahead of him. Sanchez is coming on his overlap. He looks in behind for Saramago. Not any option in the box right now. They're finally catching up with him. He's sending them towards the back post, but no one there. And Duranjo just did a little bit too much with it there, but he's come away with it and skipped past 3 defenders. And Jalal with it. Switches it out. And Stroud gives it back to Daly. Czechecki back to Stroud. And that's nicely worked, and Daly's coming down that byline and looking to cut that back. It's going to fall back to Philippe. By Diaz. But there's Philippe again, and he's got the shot, Philippe, and good tackle by Eckerkamp. And it's going to be a corner for the Red Bulls. 3 minutes left before half time. And it's whipped in, head out the front post by Kang, and that was a big coming together between Diaz and shot long, hopefully by LaBelle, but never really threatened. Or even a Jalal there with that shot. And that's well done by Flynn and Capote. Opportunity to run in, and the winger bring onto that right foot. Look to slip in Roseland. Cut out backward Diaz. He gives that to Sloan. Back into Diaz again. Well skipped in. He's going to chip that out to Capote, and Capote's going to have some more space again. Options to give it back to Kang. Just trying to find that gap, but looking for Saramago in the middle. His first touch was just ahead of him. Sloan jepping that in again. Daly dealing with it well there. Well, it looked dangerous for a second shot, didn't it? Capote with that one-on-one. You certainly feel like they would want to have more situations there to have the left winger isolated against the Daly on that right back position. Ackerkamp deals with that one confidently. Sloan switched that out to Capote, who's just starting to find some space, and it's a super ball to him by Sloan, and Capote has got past two, and he has been sandwiched, and I think that's about what it takes to stop Capote. And right on the stroke of half time, Rough Riders going to have a free kick about 20 yards out.
Very, very dangerous position now. Very dangerous.
And this
How was Rough Riders on the free kicks? Have they been?
They've got some good takers. Sanchez and Diaz and Sloan, all good options, and it's all three of those who are standing over it. I'll say Joseph does look pretty colossal in the frame for Red Bulls. So I take something special to beat him, even from here. And 4 men in the wall. It does look like it's going to be Sanchez who steps up to take it. And he's hit that low into the wall. Diaz is looking back to Sanchez, but free kick is wasted. And Duranjo looking to break, but Capote, who was, as a left winger, has done a remarkable amount of defending for the Rough Riders, and good defending in this first half. Rosa couldn't bring that one down. And Duranjo gives it to Jalal. Lovely touch there by Rosler, though. Sanchez was looking up for Saramago. He wasn't expecting that one, though. Flynn was just pressured enough by Taylor. He's forced to give out, and it's given in to Taylor again. Just a couple of seconds left in the first half, and in fact, there is the first time whistle. And it's all level. The game very much in the balance, Shaq.
Yeah, very even game. You know, at some point in the game, you know, Long Island kind of take off and just, you know, getting some goal scoring opportunities. But fairly even game. Fairly even game. Diaz and Capote, you know, those combination play. Diaz is like a solid rock in the midfield. So that's really awesome.
What do you think it's gonna take for one of these teams to break this deadlock? Do you think there needs to be a new approach in the second half, or just carry on?
No, I think the Long Island Rough Riders should take a new approach now. I know they started off going direct, but as they build up and keep possession of the ball, the goal scoring chances becomes higher. The chance of them scoring, you know, getting higher. So maybe that would be a suitable approach of, you know, keeping possession instead of playing direct. New York Red Bulls, they actually, they like when you play direct. Williams in the back there, no ball is passing that guy. He's like a rock back there. So yeah.
Well, let's see what the second half will bring us. But whilst we're on this halftime break, guys, let's we're gonna tease this goal of the month. We're gonna start by showing you all the nominees, and then we will, at the end of this break, we will show you who has won the world famous Game in Frame May Goal of the Month competition. Let's roll it. Pierre-Louis, and looking for the direct one to Sinas. Sinas has brought it down, he's got chances, Sinas on the volley, and what a hit by Sinas! He only needs one chance, that number 7, who expertly brought it down. And the rest is history. What a finish into the top corner. That's it with a nice spin. And Dacic looks in for Pirset, and Pirset take it down, and he's gone for the lob. And that one has gone in. An excellent finish by Pirset. Dacic sending it over the top. Perfectly weighted lob. There it is, to the far post, beautiful! What a goal, Charlotte! What a beautiful goal. Got Ramirez just coming on there for the right back. Sent in towards the number 14 is Pio Di Pasquale! And what a hit by Pio Di Pasquale! And he looked like he barely broke a sweat there, the skipper. Just brought it down, and as cool as you like by Ville. And Sean will break away, and he's pushing it towards the goal, cutting onto his left foot. What a run by Sean! Can he finish it? He can! What a solo goal by Sean! Left 2 Sousa defenders in his wake and absolutely buried it into the roof of the net. So technical, that trio in the Borgetto midfield. And it's a long range shot by Martino! And he's got it in the back post! What a strike! And the underdogs, Borgetto, score first blood! All right, guys, some terrific goals there. Shaq, which was your favourite of that 6?
My favorite was the number 6, the last one. And I gotta say, Sean was my second favorite. Shawnee Star, yeah.
I mean, that pace at the age of 10.
That speed.
How fast do you think that boy is gonna be by the time he's really grown into a man?
It's unbelievable. He used that speed in the game against New York Red Bulls to help us last Sunday. Just that speed. So yeah.
He's a very talented player. But guys, we're going to reveal the winner in just a couple of minutes. I just love keeping you on suspense. But let's talk a little bit about the table, Shaq. So, Rough Riders at the moment, first in the table. They've won 5 in a row, but they're only a third through the season. How critical is this middle phase though, where they've really got tough fixtures like the Red Bulls? Like
New York Red Bulls, there are a few other games that they have to play. The first few games was less easier than the next 5 opponents. So it's very crucial for them. But I think by the time they get to these games, the confidence already built. Having to win their last 5 games, so which is really good for the team and their confidence.
And in terms of on that Red Bulls team, who kind of looked the biggest threat to you? Or what sort of area? Was the midfield, the attack? What kind of looked the biggest threat to you out there?
The biggest threat to me out there, I think, was the guy Reed, but he got injured. He got subbed off. I think he was the biggest threat for the Long Island Rough Riders. But not much of a threat now since he came off the field with that injury.
Yeah, and in terms of the 4-4-2 formation, it's kind of what do you think is the kind of virtues of it? Because obviously it has kind of gone out of fashion a bit, but what do you think is the virtues of it?
Yeah, I think the coach switched it up a bit because he did 4-4-2, but instead of having flat 2 in the middle, he's now having a diamond. So the 7 and the 11 now comes in the middle to help the 6 and the 8. So what we are seeing is Capote out on the left side is having miles and miles of space there just to pick up the ball and go through. But no, I think in the second half, what they'll try and do is put 2 guys on Capote because he's the biggest threat on the field as of right now. So that's what I think they'll do in the second half.
Talking to two guys on Capote, what did you make of that sandwich tackle on him right before?
Yeah, they're gonna do similar. They're gonna do similar in the second half and to keep two guys on him all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, we're gonna have a real quick break, and then we are going to do the drum roll and reveal who has won the May Goal of the Month. So, guys, do not go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, guys, and I actually spoke to Coach Tom Bowen before the game a little bit, just about his thoughts on the game and the Rough Riders' excellent start to the season, but about challenges they're going to face in the future. Let's have a look at what he had to say. Tom, you guys have got off to a great start to the season, 5 wins in a row. New York Red Bulls going to be a different test today?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is probably going to be a step up from what we've faced so far. They're always a good side, super technical. We know they're going to be good on the ball. So yeah, I'm expecting a tough test. Yeah, but still confident in the boys' ability. But yeah, definitely going to be a different test, if not a more difficult one.
And you said to me, you know, in the first game of the season that the first 5 games were really ones you wanted to pick up points. Tom, you guys have got off to a great start to the season, 5 wins in a row. New York Red Bulls going to be a different test today?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is probably going to be a step up from what we've faced so far. They're always a good side, super technical. We know they're going to be good on the ball. So yeah, I'm expecting a tough test. Yeah, but still confident in the boys' ability. But yeah, definitely going to be a different test, if not a more difficult one.
And you said to me, you know, in the first game of the season that the first 5 games were really ones you wanted to pick up points. You managed to achieve that. How crucial is this next run of games for Long Island's season?
It's crucial. I mean, the next 5 games are all against teams that I expect to be near the top of the table come the end of the season. So yeah, it's the next 3, 4, 5 games are really going to make or break our season, but they're also going to be a great marker for us to see where we really are at. Like I said, I mean, every team we've played so far, they've been a good side. But like I just said, the 4 or 5 teams we have coming up next, I fully expect to be near the top of the table come the end of the season. So good marker for us, good test for us, and hopefully we can pick up a few more points along the way. Yeah.
So what are you really looking for from the boys today? You know, going into this really tough game today.
Just to compete. I mean, like I said, I'm fully confident in the group of players that we have. I know they're going to be good, but I also know that we're good. You know, we're defensively solid. We haven't let up a goal from open play just yet. I'm hoping that's not going to change tonight. But yeah, just to be defensively solid, clean sheet would obviously be huge, and then I think we have the ability to try and nick a goal or two, and if we can keep a clean sheet, that would be a great foundation. But yeah, I'm confident in the group of lads that we have.
All right, well Tom, best of luck, and I'll talk to you after the game.
Yep, appreciate it.
Capote played Division 2.
We are back on. And the team's about to come back on, but before that happens, we have got to show our goal of the month. Here is the winner for me. Yeah, Louis. And looking for the direct run to Sinas. Sinas has brought it down. He's got chances. Sinas on the volley. And what a hit by Sinas! He only needs one chance at number 7, who expertly brought it down. And the rest is history. What a finish into the top corner. And well done to Brandy Sinas for that absolutely sensational hit. Shaq, which do you think was better in that Sinas goal, the chest down or the volley afterwards?
The volley afterwards, yeah. For me, the volley afterwards.
They're both pretty spectacular though, aren't they? And Sinas, someone I know has got his own ambitions of playing to a high level.
He's trying to go pro as well, you said?
Yeah, he is. 22-year-old, so he's certainly got plenty of time. We've seen bags of talent from him in the Metropolitan League. It looks like our Rough Riders team lining up the same way that they started the game, so no subs for the Rough Riders. And same for the Red Bulls as well. And let's see, it's their second up again. There's a change of approach to break the stalemate from either team. And a little loose from Williams, and Saramago couldn't get past LaBelle. And Flynn just about kept that in. Saramago knew he was offside. And, he let the mistake go, and the play goes on, and Kang getting out to Sloan. Sloan looking to attack down that right side. And he's still going Matt Sloan, gives it back to Kang, and Kang with a lovely reverse back to Sloan. And Rough Riders incensed that was in the corner, but goal kick given. Good combination between Kang and Sloan on that right side. And Kang, such a creative force in the middle for the Rough Riders. Just finished his freshman year at Loyola. A very successful season there. Diaz giving it back to Ackerkamp. But it's going to go out for a Red Bull throw-in. And so Niang looking for any kind of option. Niang again, but that was a little bit loose. Coming to Lou. Gives that to LaBelle. And LaBelle looking route one. Up to Durango. Ackerkamp. Looked very assured in the centre back position. Dealt with that one well. Capote misjudged that. But he gives it back to Williams. To LaBelle. And Niang turning. And he's giving it out to his overlapping left back, Jalou. Challenge to Durango. And he's going to have a chance here, Jalou, to whip this one in. Feeds it back across, and Kang was well positioned and clears it out. Looking out for Daly. Their Stroud, but just a little bit over it. It's the right idea. The Red Bulls starting positively in this second half even. Garcia getting a big head on that. And Shaq, it's interesting, the long line referee is not really pressing the back line.
Yeah, they're not pressing that much, yeah. I think they're forcing the New York Red Bulls to play long into them, right? Versus what we saw in the first half, it was pressing really high. So probably a change of tactics maybe.
Duranjo. It's back to Williams. Daly into Duranjo. Had space to turn. And it's dangerous to let him turn. He's coming in down towards the byline. And Dan Garcia covering well. Here's Sloan back to Duranjo. And nice feet there by Sloan. Dan Garcia call on it, and the referee's going to give that to Kang. They've been looking for Saramago, but he hasn't managed to get a whole lot of the ball so far, Saramago. That's a good ball out. Duranjo. It's back to Johnny Moore. And Philippe coming onto his right foot. Daly was begging for that ball through, but the pass was not a good one. The opportunity lost. Jojo with a nice touch, looking for Capote. Intercepted by LaBelle. Dan Garcia is going to make his centre-back partner Camp chase that, and it's gone out. Sloan just forced to clear that one out by the Red Bull pressure. Sanchez and off the ball push on Diaz. Swan just puts his foot up down towards Flynn. Daly clearing that one out. Strive did well there, just to get himself a throw for the Red Bulls.
Back it up a little more. Hand on, go. All right, right shoulder 9. You go. Put it in. Man coming. Hey, how far are you? No foul. Let's go.
Okay, gives it back to LaBelle. To Gilao. And the Red Bulls have had more of the ball in this second half. Again, that still really is looking for someone to breathe some life into it. Has not been a great spectacle for the neutral so far. And that was a loose tackle by Sanchez, and he's going to get a yellow card from that. Caught the back of Niang. And the foot was a little raised as well. Chila will send this free kick in right inside the centre circle, but in a very central position. Not the easiest from which to cross, but plenty of black shirts to aim for from the Red Bulls. And he's looking out on that left side. Sloan winning that header. That was very nicely worked out by Rosler there, twisting and turning and relieving that pressure off of the Rough Riders. There's Flynn, going out to Capote. Capote probably been the most likely to breathe some goals in this game from the Rough Rider side at least. Gives out to Flynn, he's looking early. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this broadcast tonight. And if you are watching us on the YouTube, we have got so much more exciting soccer coming to you this spring. Hit the subscribe button, and of a summer as well. We're almost at the end of spring at this point. We've got all of the Rough Riders home games, women's and the men, and much, much more. And I really appreciate you tuning in as it's looked long up for Saramago. And Saramago's got some space to drive into. Kang steaming into the box along with Capotes and floated over all of them. But for a second, space opened up for Saramago. He's got 3 goals and an assist in the 3 games he's played this season. Sanchez looking for the free kick, got stepped on. The referee was right by it, didn't call it. Taylor couldn't bring it under his spell. Back at camp. Good to Kang. Kang just keeping a hold of it. Flynn looking to stay away. Rosler, Williams has been dependable this game, intercepting that and bringing it out, doing well there. Stroud is looking over the top and giving it to Kang. And the tempo of the game just starts to pick up a little bit. Capote. Back to Kang. Kang looking for that direct one. Out to Saramago. Saramago's brought it down. He's cutting in and it's just LaBelle getting a foot on it. It looked like it slipped between his legs. And just managed to get enough of a touch to stop Kang. Oh, sorry, Saramago. Just starting to open up a bit.
Just starting to open up. What a beautiful work by Ken. He's coming alive in the second half.
And let's see what they can do from this corner now. Sent it towards the net post, but not the delivery they're looking for. And here's Kang. Gives it out to Capote. And Capote whipping that back in. Cleared out. It's going to go back to Flynn. Then Garcia. Good ball out to Rosler. His first touch just let him down. And Stroud. Back with the white shirts again, and the referee is having a good spell on it right now. Here's Galen Flynn. Capote's going to have space here. Sends it in, and Joseph got a critical punch on that one because Saramago was waiting with the goal gaping. Dent Garcia, the big German centre-back. Commanding kind of that one, and Diaz will look to set away Capote. Capote was on the same wavelength as Diaz.
He's already offside.
So he's checked his run. But as we hit this hour mark, 0-0, and both decide to make a change yet. And Shaq, how much longer do you think that's going to last until one of the coaches decides to switch it up a little bit?
Yeah, I won't be surprised. The game finishing 0-0. I won't be surprised.
Let's hope not. It was a long trip from Brooklyn.
It's a long trip, yeah.
We've got plenty of attacking talent out there. I think I'm feeling optimistic. The referees certainly haven't picked.
Optimistic.
They certainly have picked up the last 5 minutes, haven't they? Took a little hit off the ref and the referee. The blow is whistle to restart with a drop ball, and it's going to be an interesting one to decide who does get it because there's a lot of players around. He just gives it to the Red Bulls, and the play comes on. And Philippe and Capote just a little too physical. For the referee's liking. Daly drilling that in towards Levine, not a good cross at all. Very comfortable for the keeper. Capote couldn't get away from Daly. And Daly looks to Sarri Durango. Dent Garcia again, reading the play really well. And Saramago was not too far away from that. Joseph had to take some evasive action with that clearance. Again, was looking for the give and go with Kang. Diaz wins that back. Fair and square. Capote. Bring it down, going back to Garcia. And Levine will launch that one along, looking for Sloan. Taylor is onside, and he brought it down, and the free kick given on Akerkamp. Oh, no, sorry, Diaz. And it did look a little soft. There's Philippe and Niang standing over the ball. Philippe steps up and he's caught that one well, and it was hit centrally but struck well, and Levine had to tip it over the bar and over the unfortunately low fence as well. They're going to have another crack at it with this corner. And that's a good delivery in. And Duranjo had a free header there right in the 6-yard box. And he really should have put the Red Bulls ahead there. I see it looking for Saramago again, but Williams has got considerable foot over Saramago for those area balls. Kang, good ball out to Sloan. And the skipper is looking in for Saramago. It's going to fall back to Capote on the byline. 2 options in the middle. Williams trying to stand him up, sent in towards that back post. Everyone had come in to the middle. Rosler will retrieve it. Back to Sloan. Sloan's got under that one. Cleared up by Daly, but back with Capote again. And Capote one-on-one, exactly where he wants it. Looking to get onto that right foot. And he's still got Capote, and he has the shot. And did really well to get himself the half-yard there. Just couldn't wrap his foot around it. Diaz into Saramago. It's a good little ball through to Capote. Williams just fast to it. Here's Rosler. Looking to send that ball again to Saramago, who may have got the slice of touches on it. It was a fantastic ball in by Rosler. But the Rough Riders just knocking a little bit on the Red Bulls' door. Well worked by Dent Garcia there. Felipe will bring this one out. Well watched by Diaz. Such a rock in the midfield. Well, that wasn't a good pass by the number 14. He's giving it right back to Williams. Stroud. Switch out to Lau. And Taylor has got on the corner of the box. A lot of white shirts back now. the Rough Riders are going to make the first change of the day. And it's going to be Rosler who makes way. Just trying to see who that is. I think it might be Max.
Nicholas.
Or Max Rogers, I think. So we can get a closer look at that number. Oh yeah, I think you might be right, Shag. I think it's going to be Nicholas Petridis. Yeah, that is Nicholas Petridis. It was a lovely turn there by Albert Kang, showing his class there. And he's linked Sewe Saramago. Williams again anticipating the pass. Now Petridis, actually a player who made the Red Bulls draft in 2019 after finishing his St. John's career. And may actually still have the rights to him, and very high quality player, technical, pacey, and made just the ticket the Rough Riders need to inject some goal scoring threat out there. Sloaner just trying to give it up to Petridis there. Take this pause, guys, to let you know that on Sunday we're going to be back here at Motor Medfield with the Rough Riders. We're going to have the women playing against Connecticut Fusion at 5:30 p.m. and then the men will be at 8 p.m. against Motown. And Motown are expected to be another tough opponent as the men really hit this crunch period. And of course, the last time we saw the women, it was against Brooklyn City FC in a captivating 1-1 draw, in which literally the last play, there's a marginal offside call disallowing the women from Rough Riders a winner. Definitely tune in for that on a Sunday afternoon and evening. Petridis with his first touch on it now. Let's see what he can do. Looking out for Capote, and it's a good pass to Capote. And Capote, he's been around Daly, he's coming into that byline. Sends it back across, and again, Joseph positioning himself well. And he's dealt with all the crosses well so far, the keeper. Bell coming forward with it. And out to Jalal. Sanchez putting out for a Red Bulls throw-in. Niang was pressured enough by Sloan there that the error was forced. It'll be another Rough Riders throw. Durango giving it to Stroud. 10 white shirts behind the ball at the moment though. But it's given out to Niang. And Niang looking to get in between them, and he's gone down, Niang, and the referee is going to give that as a dive on Niang. but rather inexplicably didn't give him a yellow, which the dive automatically gets a yellow. But Niang was testing the defence there, looking to see if he could force a committal tackle. Didn't get it. And he's seen that one long. Niang turning sharply, going to Dranjo. Nicely worked out by the Red Bulls. And here's Jalal. Got Stroud overlapping on his left. Plenty of options to the right. He might have this himself though. And a few feet over the bar. Had the defence backpedaling Jalal. It was worth the shot, but just could not keep it down. "15 minutes left in the game, all tied up. Hasn't been a clear chance for either side. Been a few half chances, but truth be told, it's not been the most entertaining 75 minutes of football. It's livened up a little bit as the second half has progressed, but still time for those who's there. That's given out to Galen Flynn. Flynn looking to cross that in and over the bar.
See, well, the Rough Riders looking to make a sub, probably trying to change your luck up front.
And looks like
Charlie's coming in.
Yeah, Leluda. The Englishman, Ledula, who actually has quite a history with the coach, Tom Bowen. They played together, and then Coach Bowen coached him at LIU, and the player has a lot of trust in, not just because of that, but because of the great ability, a winger who can really change the dimension of the game. Combination of his pace, attacking mindedness, and technical skills. And Rough Riders going to want to win this game, and it may just be the ticket. Coming into Capote, back to Diaz. And Diaz has slipped that out to Petridis. He gives that to Capote. The left winger straying all the way to the right, but he couldn't keep a hold of it. And lovely feet there by LaBelle. So I couldn't bring it down though. Back with the Rough Riders. Sanchez. Give it back to Sloan. Sloan looking for the big hit across. And Saramago looking for the free kick there. And that's loose, and here's Petridis. And now we're going to get a chance to see him open up those burners. And he's skipped past one tackle. Saramago in the middle, Capote on the edge, and he's hit the defender, and the Rough Riders appealing for that handball. And it was certainly at that hand height. The linesman had a pretty clear view of it. And it's just going to be a corner. Petridis showing electrifying pace on that right side though, and the first chance he's had to exhibit it. And I think that's definitely what we're going to want to watch back, Shaq, later.
Yeah.
Because his arm did seem a little bit out. And Coach Bowen still speaking with the referee. Very unhappy with that decision.
Saramago is going to exit the field and make way for Charlie.
And Saramago, frustrating afternoon for the centre forward today. Didn't really get a clear chance. And Williams and Abel contained him pretty well. Let's see what Leluda can do. Add certainly some height for this corner. Sanchez delivers that one in. Garcia, Diaz even getting ahead of it, and Leluda was looking to get hold of that. And they're going to try and break her, and here comes Taylor. Space to drive into. And he's looking in behind for Philippe, who was charging up through the middle. Flynn just stood him up well. Last 10 minutes of this very tight match. The Rough Riders at the moment would drop their first points this season. They've won their first 5. Red Bulls sitting much further down the table at the moment, 7th. With plenty of games in hand. And Coach Bowen still talking with the 4th official about that handball call. Yeah, looking to put that one in. Flynn stood it up. Daly, nice to get past one. Couldn't get past the next couple. And Diaz was looking to switch it across to Patrides, but couldn't get his foot around it. Joseph is forced to clear it, and it's fallen to Sanchez. And for a second, it looked like maybe a shooting opportunity. Joseph had come a long way off his line to clear that. Sloan is going to send that in, hopefully. Leluda couldn't win that header. He was asking for a push in the back there. Garcia stepped up well there. And Diaz.
Swing it, swing it. Swing it.
Well, Shaq, unfortunately, it seems that the prediction right now of a 0-0 does look the most likely outcome. About 9 minutes left.
Seems about right, yeah. But the Rough Riders keep knocking on the door. I think there's a couple more minutes left in the game. So if they continue knocking, maybe we see some changes.
Sanchez is looking in behind for Patrides, and Patrides has found that space, and Leluda's in the middle. And Williams got in the way, and Leluda couldn't get that contact. But the 2 subs almost making the difference there. And Patrides' pace absolutely leaving behind Red Bull's defence. You do kind of wonder, looking at it now, he could have used that pace a little earlier. It's really injected a new kind of energy on that right side for the Rough Riders. And Leluda was looking to flick it out there to Patrides. Doing well there to bring that on. Here comes Flynn. Goes out to Capote. Capote's brought down to his right foot, as he loves to do, to try and have the shot. Came off of a defender. Half-hearted handball appeals this time. High pressure between Capote and Leluda. And Niang went down and bought his free kick. Well played there by Niang. He's under a lot of pressure. Given in to Niang. And Daly has plenty of space on that right side, and he's found by Niang. Just lost his foot for a second, has kept hold of it. Williams. Back with Daly. He's got a couple of options in the box if he can find one. Skips around 2 tackles. Of course, Diaz once again is in the right place at the right time to cut off the attack.
It's okay, next one.
And the Red Bulls are going to make their first change of the day, and it's a double change. Oh, sorry, their second and third. I forgot about a first half one for the injured Borg. So Niang making way, and also Durango actually came on as a sub. Going back to Daly. And that's Sawley who's come on for the Red Bulls. And the number 19, and Marin. And that one's sent in. Diaz clearing it out.
Go on, boys, keep going now, come on!
5 minutes left on the clock, still all tied up. Red Bulls in particular are going to want to get the win here to pick themselves up some momentum. They have a lot of games in hand on their competition, but losing that 2 games out of the first 3 has not been the ideal start. Now was sent in and it's whipped in towards the back post, cleared out, and it's going to fall, and just a fraction past the post by Marin. It fell really nicely for him, and Levine was rooted to the spot there. And Ladula and happy again with hand in the back. Here comes Jalal, looking onto that right foot. He gives into Taylor. Good step by Ackerkamp, and the centre back did very well to clear that. And that's just fed back into Taylor, and Taylor spun, and he's had the splash shot just over the bar, twisted very sharply indeed. The centre forward. Of course, absolutely fired into Taylor, who wasted no time himself in twisting and very nearly finding a late goal that at this point surely would win the game. And that's a good flick on. And here comes Jalal getting onto his right foot, and it's just flashed past the post. Levine not getting a touch, it seemed like in the end, or at least according to the linesman, and it just clipped the outside of the post. But Rough Riders living dangerously in these last few minutes. So that's Philippe, yes, Philippe there on that left side. Who showed flash of threat this whole game, but really turned it on there. pushing up down their left side, and he's been brought down there, Philippe, and that's going to be a free kick and another good crossing position. That's going to be Marin, who whips that one in, looping towards the back post, and there's a little tangle of bodies between William and Ackerkamp. And Ackerkamp really unhappy with Williams' protests. There's definitely a coming together, but it looked more just half a dozen one way, half the other. And they're making a final change, the Rough Riders, and it is a change, last of the starting front three making way, and it looks like it's going to be Max Rogers. The Australian who's going to come on. Diaz got a bit of the ball, but the referee judging a little bit too much the man. And we're in the added time now. And bar some late drama, the referee is going to have their first drop points this season. Max Rogers looking to fit down to Ludula. And Ludula is very smart there, winning that free kick from Williams. Williams a little bit naive with the tackle. Ludula wasn't going anywhere. And the Rough Riders are going to have a late chance here in added time to launch it in. They're going to push the big guns up. Dent Garcia, Ackerkamp, and Ludula. Alberto Diaz all got 6 feet on them. And Rogers sends that one in. And Joseph gets a hand on it. Going to fall back to Sanchez. And there is the full-time whistle. And it's ended all square, 0-0. Disappointing game in the end. Both teams creating a couple of half chances, but not a real
very even, match game. As I predicted in the second half, that more than likely the scoreline will be 0-0. Both teams played well. You got to give it to them. Both teams played well. Rough Riders did have some, threatening chances. But yeah, I was a bit surprised in the second half of Capote. He kind of checked out in the second half. Yeah. He played really well in the first half. Second half, he kind of checked out a bit.
It's probably fair to say Petridis came on that right wing. Really changed the dimension, didn't he, with the
speed.
The speed. He started to get them down towards the byline.
Right.
But probably the best chance of the night was Philippe hitting the post with just a couple of minutes left on the clock. And the biggest talking point from the game was that handball call. The Rough Riders feeling that the hand was in a unnatural position. Definitely want to watch back later. But it is finished at Motormed Field. All level, 0-0. Shaq, thanks so much for coming out tonight.
Thank you. It's my pleasure being alongside you in the box.
And I hope we can get you out down here again soon. And guys, just a reminder, we're going to have the Rough Riders again on Sunday. The women facing off against Connecticut Fusion at 5:30 p.m. And the men will be at 8 p.m. against FC Motown. Definitely looking forward to those two games. But it's finished all square on the night, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And We will see you next time.